I guess I didn't make sure that the wheels were locked in place, just the table itself.
As long as it doesn't flip, that's what I'm worried about.
Okay, very good.
How are you?
Good morning, and welcome to the Crawford County Board of Commissioners meeting for May 14th. We'll start with the Pledge of Allegiance with Commissioner Shell.
All right. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Before we get started, I'd like to make a motion to add to the agenda for a special recognition. I so move.
A second.
Probably moved in second. Any discussion? Roll call.
Henry?
Yes.
Seeley?
Yes.
Shell?
Yes. Good job. Okay, so a lot of people may not know this, but today is actually one of our special guests we've had for a while. This is his final meeting as a full-time person. He may fill in once in a while, but I'd like to read a little bit about Mr. Gushard, who's been a friend of the Commissioner's office for a long time. This letter is to serve as recognition and congratulations for Keith Gushard from the Meadville Tribune, who is covering his last Commissioner's meeting as a full-time reporter today. Keith has always been respectful, kind, and fair when reporting business of the county. The Board of Commissioners wishing nothing but the best in his future endeavors and upcoming retirement. We would like to put just a few stipulations on Mr. Gushard in the future. Please, no more dad jokes. The Board of Elections also requests that you limit your write-in votes of yourself to one per election. Our thoughts are also with his wife, Marilyn, as you will be home more often. Thank you, Keith, and I'd like to entertain just a few brief comments from my fellow commissioners. Commissioner Seeley.
Sure. It's been a real pleasure working with you, Keith. It really has. I think that the chairman says it best, that you've always been equitable and conscientious about your coverage here at the county, both in the political realm and in the governance realm. And certainly having kind of been, as we've been on both sides of those worlds, it truly has been a great journey. And I hope that the retirement brings all of the joys that it promises to you and your family, and that your travels are extensive and enjoyable, and that you get some well-earned time with your family.
Commissioner Shaw.
My journey with Mr. Gushard stems back more than 2 decades, and due to my prior job as the coroner of your county. We've had many conversations, hundreds, I would imagine, throughout the years, some in the middle of the night, some during the day. I will miss your bad jokes, even though everyone doesn't want you to say anymore. But I sincerely wish you the best. I know how hard you worked at the trip, and I'm not sure Marilyn's ready to put up with you. And we're on television, but does she really know you call her the Princess of Darkness? She does now.
But have the cable disconnected.
But all the best to you, and I'm sure we'll see you around.
Thank you, Keith.
Well, thank you very much for the kind words. I appreciate it. Thank you again. I just appreciate it. There have been times I've had to write stories I didn't necessarily want to write about an event or about a situation, but that's the job. And as you know, I'm not afraid to ask questions. And that's what I do. Anyway, thank you again.
Much appreciated. Thank you, sir. Approval of minutes in the full session on April 23rd.
So moved.
Second. Probably moved in second. Any discussion? Roll call.
Henry?
Yes.
Seeley?
Yes.
Shell?
Yes.
Approval of minutes in the work session on May 7th, 2025.
So moved.
Second.
This has been probably moved in second. Any discussion? Roll call.
Seeley?
Yes.
Shell?
Yes.
Henry?
Yes. Approval of payment of bills in the amount of $3,811,519.72 for the period ending May 13th, 2025.
So moved.
Second.
Probably moved in second. Any discussion? Roll call.
Shell?
Yes.
Henry?
Yes.
Seeley?
Yes.
There were no executive sessions. Any public comment? All right, we'll start with the Drug and Alcohol Commissioner, Mr. Glatch.
Okay. First part of this is regarding opioid settlement funds. Part 1 regarding Bethany Christian Service. 2 projects. One which will provide recovery resources and tools for people enroll and renew for up to 12 months after the birth of a baby at a cost of $5,368.39.
Okay.
So moved.
Second.
Probably moved in second. Any discussion? Roll call.
Henry?
Yes.
Seeley?
Yes.
Shell?
Yes.
Part 2 of Bethany Christian, and the second will provide much needed positive sober activity infused with recovery-oriented coping skills, behavioral techniques presented via the person-centered strength-based workshop called self-care. This is a cost of $2,860.
So moved.
Second.
Probably moved in second. Any discussion? Roll call.
Shell,
Yes.
Henry,
Yes.
Seely.
Yes.
Second part of the opioid is from Crawford County Drug and Alcohol Executive Commission. Part A, request for purchase of urine screens for urine analysis in alignment with opioid remediation use. Subsections A1, 5, 7, and 9. This is because of the increase of testing with our CRNP for our MAT program. The cost of that is $10,312.50.
So moved.
Second.
Probably moved in second. Any discussion? Roll call.
Henry,
Yes.
Seely,
Yes.
Shell.
Yes.
Part B, request for continued support of case manager and treatment counselor positions at the jail, part-time of half of that. Again, Exhibit E, Schedule A, Section F, treatment for incarcerated populations. Total cost for the case manager, $24,531.66. For the treatment counselor, $37,865.47.
So moved.
Second.
Probably moved in second. Any discussion? Roll call.
Seely,
Yes.
Shell,
Yes.
Henry.
Yes.
The next section is under harm reduction, page E12, section H, 1 through 3 and 6. Annual cost for upkeep of 2 machines for the computer portion of it is $1,560. Noted that we are adding a second machine in Titusville, so that's where the
Yeah.
second cost comes in.
So moved.
Second.
Probably moved in second. Any discussion? Roll call.
Shell,
Yes.
Henry,
Yes.
Seely.
Yes.
The second part of the harm reduction is additional supplies for both vending machines at a cost of $5,000.
So moved.
Second.
Probably moved in second. Any discussion? Roll call.
Henry,
Yes.
Seely,
Yes.
Shell.
Yes.
Next part is under media campaign, page E3, section G, page 111, 1 through 2. We want to lease 2 billboards at $875 per board, 2 boards for 6 months each, cost of $10,500.
So moved.
Second.
Probably moved in seconded with some discussion, and so it is going to be aligned to the actual other opioid settlement stuff. So it's really good to hear Julie's been working. I'll check with Julie as well.
Good, good.
Roll call.
Seely,
Yes.
Shell,
Yes.
Henry.
Yes.
The last part of it, radio ads, basically a continuation of what we're already doing. For 12 months, it's $750 a month, a total of $9,000.
So moved.
Second.
Probably moved in second. Any discussion? Roll call.
Shell,
Yes.
Henry,
Yes.
Seely.
Yes.
Thank you for that. The second part is our 6-month extension current grant agreement, which we discussed last week. DDAP has asked that we not sign a 5-year contract. This is true across the state of Pennsylvania. All counties are asking their commissioners for a 6-month extension on the current grant agreement from 2020 to 2025. And I would ask for the commissioners to sign up on this.
So moved.
Second.
Probably moved in second. Any discussion? Roll call.
Seely,
Yes.
Shell,
Yes.
Henry.
Yes. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Domestic relations.
That's me this morning.
Okay.
Good morning. We're seeking to ratify an expense of $200 for a booth at the Crawford County Fair this year to promote child support awareness.
So moved.
Second.
Probably moved in second. Any discussion? Roll call.
Shell,
Yes.
Henry.
Yes.
Seely.
Yes.
Thank you. GIS.
We're looking for approval of payment to Esri for the annual software maintenance agreement in the amount of $58,500.
So moved.
Second.
Probably moved in second. Any discussion? Roll call.
Henry,
Yes.
Seely,
Yes.
Shell.
Yes.
Thank you. Correctional facility.
Good morning. This morning, I am looking to get ratified the payment of $3,630 to Canada Security for 3 additional restricted housing unit cameras. This is in addition to the 12 originally approved for the restricted housing unit, and the 3 additional ones were placed in the female housing unit.
So moved.
Second.
Probably moved in second. Any discussion? That does cover all the RETs, right?
Just everything,
That's
right?
everything.
Good to hear.
Yep.
Okay. Roll call.
Seely,
Yes.
Shell,
Yes.
Henry.
Yes, thank you, Jeff.
Thank you.
IT.
Morning.
Morning.
Hey, Tim.
IT's here to request the upgrade of Armstrong Internet Services from Zoom Pro 100 to Zoom Pro 200. This will help provide adequate internet services for the backup 911 site. Cost will increase from $79.95 a month to $124.95 a month.
So moved.
Second.
Probably moved in second. Any discussion? Roll call.
Shell,
Yes.
Henry.
Yes.
Seely.
Yes.
And last, request to renew the firewall licenses for the backup 911 site for a 45-month lease to align with the other county firewalls. This is from Ahead, who manages Sophos, for $1,252.05.
So moved.
Second.
Probably moved in second. Any discussion? Roll call.
Henry.
Yes.
Seely.
Yes.
Shell.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thanks, Tim.
Public safety.
Good morning,
Morning,
everyone.
Greg.
All right, Greg.
Asking to approve the installation of 2 propane fuel tanks for the generator at the backup site. The equipment and work's going to be done by Suburban Propane at a cost of $1,853.85.
So moved.
Second.
Probably moved in second. Any discussion? Roll call.
Seely,
Yes.
Shell,
Yes.
Henry.
Yes.
And asking to approve the annual maintenance and software license renewal for our priority dispatch software. It's at a cost of $18,360.
So moved.
Second.
Probably moved in second. Any discussion? Roll call.
Shell,
Yes.
Henry.
Yes.
Seely.
Yes.
Asking to approve the annual payment for our Genesis mass notification system at a cost of $1,947.
So moved.
Second.
Probably moved in second. Any discussion? Roll call.
Henry.
Yes.
Seely.
Yes.
Shell.
Yes.
To approve the payment of $5,387.62 to MCM Consulting for the hazard mitigation plan.
So moved.
Second.
Probably moved in second. Any discussion?
Eventually they'll be done.
I think that's it.
That's it, isn't it?
I believe so.
Okay.
Roll call.
Seely,
Yes.
Shell,
Yes.
Henry.
Yes. Thank you.
Thanks, Greg.
County maintenance.
Good morning.
Good morning, Mark.
My Mark.
Asking to ratify approval of invoices for the courthouse remodeling project for $499.16.
So moved.
Second.
Probably moved in second. Any discussion? Roll call.
Shell,
Yes.
Henry.
Yes.
Seely.
Yes.
Asking for approval to pay Music Concrete Masonry to repoint, reset the north, south, and front entrance steps of the courthouse for $11,900.
So moved.
Second.
Probably moved in second. Any discussion? Roll call.
Henry.
Yes.
Seely.
Yes.
Shell.
Yes.
Asking to ratify approval to pay Granger for a high temperature pump here at the courthouse for $965.96.
So moved.
Second.
Probably moved in second. Any discussion? Roll call.
Seely,
Yes.
Shell,
Yes.
Henry.
Yes.
Asking to ratify approval to purchase 4 flip-top nesting tables for the Commissioners' Conference Room from Office Furniture to Go for $2,180.
So moved.
Second.
Probably moved in second. Any discussion? Well, they do flip. You know that?
They do fit.
Roll call.
Shell,
Yes.
Henry.
Yes.
Seely.
Yes.
Asking approval to pay Schindler Elevator for the yearly service contract at the Judicial Center for $24,816.60.
So moved.
Second.
Probably moved in second. Any discussion? Roll call.
Henry.
Yes.
Seely.
Yes.
Shell.
Yes.
Asking to ratify approval to pay Trinity Door Systems to replace a motor on the exit doors at the Judicial Center for $2,107.90.
So moved.
Second.
Probably moved in second. Any discussion? Roll call.
Seely,
Yes.
Shell,
Yes.
Henry.
Yes. Thank you.
Thanks, Mark.
County planning.
Morning, Commissioners.
Hello,
Zach.
First item this morning, we're requesting approval of a payment to MG Electrical Services for reimbursement of their training wages. This is paid for, this is total is $1,056 and is paid for out of the whole home repair program.
So moved.
Second.
Probably moved in second. Any discussion? Roll call.
Shell,
Yes.
Henry.
Yes.
Seely.
Yes.
Next, we're requesting approval of a payment from Vogue Heating and Cooling for reimbursement of their training wages in the amount of $1,064. This is also paid for out of the whole home repair program.
So moved.
Second.
Probably moved in second. Any discussion? Roll call.
Henry.
Yes.
Seely,
Yes.
Shell.
Yes.
We're requesting approval of payment to Ferguson Construction Company, reimbursing their training wages in the amount of $640, paid for out of the same program.
So moved.
Second.
Probably moved in second. Any discussion? Roll call.
Seely,
Yes.
Shell,
Yes.
Henry.
Yes.
We're requesting approval of a payment of a Crawford-inspired mini grant reimbursement for Titusville Area School District in the amount of $8,274 for training on CNC operators with Pitt Titusville. This is paid for out of the mini grant program.
So moved.
Second.
Probably moved in second. Any discussion? Roll call.
Shell,
Yes.
Henry,
Yes.
Seely.
Yes.
We're requesting execution on a copier and maintenance supply agreement with Hagen Business. This is our one-year annual agreement.
So moved.
Second.
Probably moved in second. Any discussion? Roll call.
Henry,
Yes.
Seely,
Yes.
Shell.
Yes.
We're requesting to ratify approval of a resolution authorizing signatory power for the Community Development Block Grant Program.
So moved.
Second.
Probably moved in second. Any discussion? Roll call.
Seely,
Yes.
Shell,
Yes.
Henry.
Yes.
And finally, we're asking to ratify approval of payment to Fuller Building Group in the amount of $23,058.31 for work completed on 2 of our housing rehab projects.
So moved.
Second.
Probably moved in second. Any discussion?
Is homeowner number 3, is that a partial payment or is that?
Is a partial payment.
Okay.
Any other discussion?
No.
Roll call.
Shell,
Yes.
Henry.
Yes.
Seely.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you very
Thanks,
much.
Zach.
Human Services.
Morning,
You
Sue.
might want to sit down for this.
Yeah, I wouldn't get it.
Oh,
I'm requesting approval of the payment to Crawford County Commissioners for the CCHS pension due to the county.
so moved.
Second.
Probably moved in second. Any discussion? Roll call.
Henry.
Yes.
Seely.
Yes.
Shell.
Yes.
Requesting approval of the purchase requisition to Dennis Marcelli, Crisis Intervention Consultant, through the Accreditation and Training Services for Law Enforcement for travel expenses and attendance at the 311 to 313 Sequential Intercept Model Workshop. Total cost was $567.62. No cost to the county, funded through the CCHS crisis grants.
So moved.
Second.
Probably moved in second. Any discussion? Roll call.
Seely,
Yes.
Shell,
Yes.
Henry.
Yes.
Requesting ratification of the purchase requisition to Allison Myers Design and Print for CIT training binders. The total cost of the training binders is $1,012.50. No cost to the county, funded through the CCHS crisis grants.
So moved.
Second.
Probably moved in second. Any discussion? Roll call.
Shell,
Yes.
Henry.
Yes.
Seely.
Yes.
Requesting approval of the purchase requisition of various baby items to be purchased through Amazon through the CYS Plans of Safe Care grant. Plans of Safe Care can strengthen protective factors, promote healthy development, and prevent child welfare involvement. The total cost of the items is $8,006.95. No cost to the county.
So moved.
Second.
Probably moved in second. Any discussion? Roll call.
Henry.
Yes.
Seely.
Yes.
Shell.
Yes.
Requesting approval of the purchase requisition to Keymark IMR for the renewal of the support maintenance for our on-base system. Total cost is $1,779.66. The cost to the county is $265.80.
So moved.
Second.
Probably moved in second. Any discussion? Roll call.
Seely.
Yes.
Shell,
Yes.
Henry.
Yes.
Requesting approval of the purchase requisition to Lamar, Texas Limited Partnership for 988 billboard postings. The total cost is $2,700. There is no cost to the county.
So moved.
Second.
Probably moved in second. Any discussion? Roll call.
Shell,
Yes.
Henry.
Yes.
Seely.
Yes.
Requesting approval of the C1 amendment to the fiscal year 24-25 mental health contract with the Center for Family Services for their retained revenue plan. The provider has been approved to purchase 4 tablets.
So moved.
Second.
Probably moved in second. Any discussion? Roll call.
Henry.
Yes.
Seely.
Yes.
Shell.
Yes.
Requesting
I think we
approval.
skipped one.
Sue, yeah, sorry, Sue. Item B, the
No.
CYHJP contracts, Twin Pines Family Services. That get overlooked.
Sorry,
That's okay.
I missed one. All right, requesting approval of the F1 amendment to the fiscal year 24-25 CYS contract with Twin Pines Family Services for foster care.
So moved.
Second.
Probably moved in second. We both missed it. Sorry.
Sorry.
That's all right.
Roll call.
Sorry. I'll get there. Okay. Seely.
Yes.
Shell.
Yes.
Henry.
Yes.
Okay, requesting approval of the C2 amendment of the fiscal year 24-25 mental health contract with Crawford County Mental Health Awareness Program for their retained revenue plan. The provider has been approved to purchase homeless core training, technology updates at the drop-in center, and a TV for the Journey Center. This amendment also increases the certified peer specialist maximum and decreases the Pathfinders maximum by the same amount. There's no overall change in funding. We're just moving funding between line items.
So moved.
Second.
Properly moved and seconded. Any discussion? Roll call.
Shell?
Yes.
Henry?
Yes.
Seely?
Yes.
Requesting approval of the C1 amendment to the fiscal year 24-25 mental health contract with Hand in Hand Mental Health Services. For their retained revenue plan, the provider has been approved to purchase laptops and furniture.
So moved.
Second.
Properly moved and seconded. Any discussion? Roll call.
Henry?
Yes.
Seely?
Yes.
Shell?
Yes.
Requesting approval of the C2 amendment to the fiscal year 24-25 mental health contract with the ARC Crawford County. For their retained revenue plan, the provider has been approved to assist with funding the Special Olympics of Crawford County.
So moved.
Second.
Properly moved and seconded. Any discussion? Roll call.
Seely?
Yes.
Shell?
Yes.
Henry?
Yes.
Requesting approval of the C1 amendment to the fiscal year 24-25 mental health contract with the Titusville Area Senior Citizens Corporation for their retained revenue plan. The provider has been approved to purchase 2 Chromebooks, a TV, and a 3D printer.
So moved.
Second.
Properly moved and seconded. Any discussion? Roll call.
Shell?
Yes.
Henry?
Yes.
Seely?
Yes.
Requesting approval of the C2 amendment to the fiscal year 24-25 mental health contract with Bologna Industries for their retained revenue plan. The provider has been approved to purchase an iPad.
So moved.
Second.
Properly moved and seconded. Any discussion? Roll call.
Henry?
Yes.
Seely?
Yes.
Shell?
Yes.
Requesting approval of the C2 amendment to the fiscal year 24-25 mental health contract with Youth Advocate Programs for their retained revenue plan. The provider has been approved to purchase household supplies, bus passes, laundry vouchers, and 6 Surface Pros.
So moved.
Second.
Properly moved and seconded. Any discussion? Roll call.
Seely?
Yes.
Shell?
Yes.
Henry?
Yes.
Requesting approval of the C1 amendment to the fiscal year 24-25 professional contract with Ashley Mars of Occupational Therapy Services. This amendment is just adding IFSP teaming to the contract, and it's a state set rate.
So moved.
Second.
Properly moved and seconded. Any discussion? Roll call.
Shell?
Yes.
Henry?
Yes.
Seely?
Yes.
Requesting approval of the fiscal year 24-25 professional contract with Community Alternatives for their retained revenue plan. The provider has been approved to create an anti-hoarding program.
So moved.
Second.
Properly moved and seconded. Any discussion? Roll call.
Henry?
Yes.
Seely?
Yes.
Shell?
Yes.
Requesting approval of the fiscal year 24-25 professional contract with Crawford County Drug and Alcohol Executive Commission for their retained revenue plan. The provider has been approved to purchase hygiene kits.
So moved.
Second.
Properly moved and seconded. Any discussion? Roll call.
Seely?
Yes.
Shell?
Yes.
Henry?
Yes.
Requesting approval of the fiscal year 24-25 professional contract with Family, Children, and Community Association for their retained revenue plan. The provider has been approved to utilize these funds to support the shelter area Meadville.
FCCA. So moved.
Second.
Properly moved and seconded. Any discussion? Roll call.
Shell?
Yes.
Henry?
Yes.
Seely?
Yes.
Requesting approval of the fiscal year 24-25 professional contract with Meadville Family YMCA for their retained revenue plan. The provider has been approved to utilize these funds to assist in food bag distributions and purchase lice treatment kits.
So moved.
Second.
Probably moved in second. Any discussion? Roll call.
Henry?
Yes.
Seely?
Yes.
Shell?
Yes.
Requesting approval of the C1 amendment to the fiscal year 24-25 professional contract with Parkside Psychological Associates for their retained revenue plan. The provider has been approved to purchase EMDR training and furniture.
So moved.
Second.
Probably moved in second. Any discussion? Roll call.
Seely?
Yes.
Shell?
Yes.
Henry?
Yes.
Requesting approval of the fiscal year 24-25 professional contract with St. James Haven for their retained revenue plan. The provider has been approved to purchase shelter supplies and waterproof their basement.
So moved.
Second.
Probably moved in second. Just some discussion. We talked to Samantha, and that is the internal part. They're putting a sump pump, and then they're putting what's that stuff? The basement sealant, that stuff in there to help. That's what it's 2 separate things that they're funding for. So
Okay.
I talked to her yesterday. So we have another, the reason I'm telling everybody is we have another part of this where the outside, they're getting water on the outside of the building, and they've asked for some assistance through the housing block money we have, so. Roll call.
Shell,
Yes.
Henry,
Yes.
Seely.
Yes.
Requesting approval of the C1 amendment to the fiscal year 24-25 professional contract with Titusville Area Hospital for their retained revenue plan. The provider has been approved to purchase 2 locking cabinets.
So moved.
Second.
Probably moved in second, any discussion? Roll call.
Henry,
Yes.
Seely,
Yes.
Shell.
Yes.
Requesting approval of the C1 amendment to the fiscal year 24-25 professional contract with the United Way of Western Crawford County. This is for, we spent 3/4 of our person-centered program funding through the first half of the fiscal year. In order to continue funding, Mercer County has increased our allocation.
So moved.
Second.
Probably moved in second, any discussion? Roll call.
Seely,
Yes.
Shell.
Yes.
Henry.
Yes.
Requesting approval of the fiscal year 24-25 professional contract with Women's Services for their retained revenue plan. The provider has been approved to purchase shelter supplies.
So moved.
Second.
Probably moved in second, any discussion? Glitch in the matrix there.
Aye.
Roll call.
Think about that one.
Shell,
Yes.
Henry.
Yes.
Seely.
Yes.
Requesting approval of the fiscal year 25-26 CYS contract with Hoffman Homes for therapeutic shelter.
So moved.
Second.
Probably moved in second, any discussion?
Somebody hit the reset.
I'm gonna have to.
Go ahead and kick me, Chris.
Unplug him and plug him back in.
Roll call.
There you go.
Henry,
Yes.
Seely.
Yes.
Shell.
Yes.
Requesting approval of the fiscal year 25-26 CYS JP contract with Jefferson County Juvenile Detention Center.
So moved.
Second.
Probably moved in second, any discussion? Roll call.
Seely,
Yes.
Shell,
Yes.
Henry.
Yes.
Requesting approval of the fiscal year 25-26 CYS contract with Marikey, Pennsylvania for foster care services.
So moved.
Second.
Probably moved in second, any discussion? Roll call.
Shell,
Yes.
Henry.
Yes.
Seely.
Yes.
Requesting approval of the fiscal year 25-26 mental health contract with Titusville Area Senior Citizens Corporation, the Social Connections Program.
So moved.
Second.
Probably moved in second, any discussion? Roll call.
Henry,
Yes.
Seely.
Yes.
Shell.
Yes.
And I have this following contracts with the same rates as prior years. For CYS, I have Bethesda Lutheran Services for foster care services, ITU, Shelter, Claney House Group Home, and the Right Start for Young Mothers program. Central County's Youth Center for their youth center, transportation to court and placements, and wait time during court if over an hour, and Child to Family Connections for foster care services.
So moved.
Second.
Probably moved in second, any discussion? Roll call.
Seely,
Yes.
Shell,
Yes.
Henry.
Yes.
And for the same rates as prior years for the mental health IDEI contracts, Child to Family Connections for transitional living, community participation support, and in-home community supports.
So moved.
Second.
Probably moved in second, any discussion? Roll call.
Shell,
Yes.
Henry.
Yes.
Seely.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Finance?
Good morning.
Good morning.
For your approval, I have the following contracts. The first is, not contracts, invoices. The first is to Mayor Dussel. It's invoice number 1105204-P3. It's our third progress billing in the amount of $39,000. That's for the 2024 audit. The second is to HSBG. It's the fiscal year 23-24 quarter 4 match that is due in the amount of $66,623.89.
So moved.
Second.
Probably moved in second, any discussion? Roll call.
Henry,
Yes.
Seely.
Yes.
Shell.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Commissioners?
Requesting to approve the following MOU for the Emergency Medical Services Opioid Incentive Program with Blue and Valley Volunteer Fire Department.
So moved.
Second.
Probably moved in second, any discussion? Roll call.
Shell,
Yes.
Henry.
Yes.
Seely.
Yes.
And B, we just want to talk that you went to, we kind of did it already, but you want to talk about Sunday?
Yeah, Sunday morning I went over to Vernon Township and met with Abate, the motorcycle. This is Motorcycle Awareness Month, and I'm sure all of you have already noticed that there's a multitude of motorcycles now on the road due to the weather being nice. And so we made a presentation to them on Sunday morning, and we ask that all people just have a watchful eye for motorcycles.
Okay. And we can actually, it's a proclamation, we can pass it that way. Do you want to make a motion to pass the proclamation?
So moved.
Okay.
Second.
Probably moved in second. Any discussion? Roll call.
Shell,
Yes.
Henry,
Yes.
Seeley.
Yes.
There are new hires and transfers in your packet.
I will move to adopt.
Second.
Probably moved in second. Any discussion? Roll call.
Seeley,
Yes.
Shell,
Yes.
Henry.
Yes. As far as commissioner updates, the next work session, because of the elections, yes, it is time to say that, is actually Thursday, May 22nd, and not Wednesday. We will be closed on Memorial Day, May 26th, followed by next full session on May 28th. Commissioner comments. Commissioner Seeley.
Sure, thank you, sir. As was mentioned, we are staring down the barrel of this year's municipal primary. Yesterday was the last day to apply for a mail-in ballot or an absentee ballot, so if you've missed that vote, that's okay. There's still an opportunity to go to the precinct and vote traditionally. If you have been issued a mail-in or absentee ballot and you haven't put it in the mail yet, we always recommend that during this last week until the election, you deliver it by hand. It's a sure way to get it to us, just in case things get hung up in the mail. We want to make sure that your vote is in on time. And just as a reminder, those can be submitted here at the courthouse anytime until 8 p.m. on Tuesday, May 20th. We'll be here until that point accepting them, and after 8 p.m. that is the cutoff, but if one has been issued to you and you wish to submit it to us, that's okay. Or you can surrender it at your polling place and vote traditionally. Either way is fine. As always, if there are any questions from the public or any folks here assembled, please get a hold of the election office or myself, and we will certainly do our finest to answer them.
Okay. Commissioner Shell.
It is election season. I don't think the general public realizes how many hours have to go into preparation for elections. In this past several days, Commissioner Seeley, along with Jesselyn from Voter Services, Matt DiGiacomo, and multiple other people have just spent a multitude of hours getting paperwork, machines, packaging of stuff to be shipped out to precincts. It's amazing how many hours that they put in. Along the line, Eric and I only put in a couple hours, but these guys went way and above doing what they needed to do, and I thank you, Chris, for you and the entire group standing in the background there for doing what they do, so thank you.
I would echo that. This morning, the YMCA gentleman said he caught the last minute to attempt to vote. He got in on time. He said that the staff was very nice and professional, and I actually remembered Heather by name when he spoke of her, so it was nice to hear that. Also, I'd just like to take a minute, and Scott and I know of this situation, but a West Mead volunteer fireman and City of Meadville firefighter, Mick Lilly, was in a tractor accident the other day and has been paralyzed from that accident. He's a guy that I've known for a while. Scott's worked with on many calls, so just keep his family in your thoughts and prayers for Mick. It's a tough time for those folks there.
Right.
If anything else, I'd entertain a motion for adjournment.
Go moved.
Second.
We are adjourned. Thank you. Ellie, you're all set?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you, Kevin.
Council is favorable to receiving the ball field.
Okay. All right, we're going to bring the sideboard meeting to order for May 14th, 2025. Start with improvements in the April 23rd meeting.
So moved.
Second.
Properly moved in second. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed. Motion carried. There were two executive sessions on May 5th, 2025, finance for wages, and May 9th, 2025, sheriffs for wages, and now motions before the board.
Morning, Commissioners.
Good morning.
I'm requesting to ratify the rate for the emergency transfer of Teresa Chiniak, full-time procurement specialist, transferring from accountant software specialist, replacing Monica Root, effective 4/21/25 at $21 per hour.
So moved. No, you moved it. I'll second it. Sorry about that.
She can't.
She
can't.
Oh,
Yeah.
Trick you.
Next one. The next
I'm gonna tell you
I'll
what.
second that one.
Thank you.
Thanks, Chris.
Probably moved and seconded. Any discussion? I'd just like to, Stefan, I'd like to thank you for allowing each other to work back and forth. Terry's been picking up both sides, training some, doing
Good to
some.
have her.
It's nice to have that approach, so we're glad to have you doing that. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. Election and voter services. Oh, my favorite time.
Everybody get comfortable.
Everybody get comfortable. Here we go.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I am requesting to ratify the rate for the emergency rehires for the election ropers. For Timothy Brown, Scott Hatton, Anthony DiGiacomo, Samantha Travis, Marlo Uri, and Francis Wiederspan, effective May 5th at $15 per hour.
So moved.
Second.
Probably moved and seconded. Any discussion? Would anybody like to sever any of those names out of there?
I'm sure most of them would.
Yes, they would.
If we asked, yeah.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carried.
Thank you. I am also requesting to ratify the rate for the emergency rehire of John Christopher Sock, who is also election rover, effective February 3rd, 2025 at $15 per hour.
So moved.
Second.
Probably moved and seconded. Any discussion?
We would note, and the reason he and Diane are called out separately in the next motion is that they started their tasks at different
Earlier.
times, essentially. Christopher comes in and assists with the preparation of mail-in ballots, and Diane comes in and very graciously trains our student poll workers, so we want to make sure that they're both taken care of. She's good at it.
And I'm only going to vote for it because Harry got a haircut. So
He did, he got all his hair cut off, I was disappointed.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carried.
All right, and lastly, I'm requesting to ratify the rate for the emergency rehire of Diane Fuller, who is also election rover, effective April 15th, 2025 at $15 per hour.
So moved.
Second.
Probably moved and seconded. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Thank you.
Thank you.
The courts.
We're seeking to set a salary for the rehire of Andrew J. Natala Esquire, part-time guardian ad litem, replacing Noah A. Erdy Esquire, effective 5/19/2025, at the rate of $39,808.83 per year.
So moved.
Second.
Probably moved and seconded. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Okay, Stephanie.
I would like to set the rate for the new hire of Parker Hahn, per diem finance clerk, replacing Kate Blanchard, effective 5/19/2025 at $15 per hour.
So moved.
Second.
Probably moved in second, and the nice thing about Parker is that he's going to free up some people to get Munis running. That's our goal is. In the next couple months, he's going to do a lot of the other stuff that we can task him with. Plus, we hope to retain him in the future as a kid who wants to work on it.
That's right.
So it's good. So young man. So, any other discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Human Services.
Requesting to ratify the salary for the emergency transfer of Brian Setta, full-time Program Manager 1, transferring from Program Manager, a newly created position, effective 4/21/2025 at $60,748 per year. No change in his monies. So moved.
Second.
Properly moved in second. Any discussion? Again, thanks Brian for doing that stuff. He's doing really well where he's at. So, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Requesting to ratify the salary for the emergency transfer of Connie Calfo, full-time Program Manager, transferring from CYS Program Specialist 2, replacing Brian Setta, effective 4/21/2025 at $60,748 per year.
So moved.
Second.
Properly moved in second. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Request to ratify the new hire of Christopher Thompson for DM Correction Officer, adding to the list effective 5/12/2025 at $17 per hour.
So moved.
Second.
Properly moved in second. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. The rest of the information is just for review. Any other business? I would entertain a motion for adjournment.
So moved.
Second.
We are adjourned. Thank you.
Seems like another been here longer than 2
I was going to say the same thing. Just that, huh?
Nope.
Just every day around it feels like a weekend.
I'll tell her that.
Well, listen, don't say it because it's cookies.
No, I think she and I are playing a game of blind chess over here.
Oh.
Well,
That could very well be.
I see the pieces are moving a little bit over
Occasionally
there.
somebody makes.
Oh, that's National Game?
If I knew anything about chess, if I knew anything about chess, I'd go and move the pieces,
Yeah,
but I don't know anything about it.
I haven't met my opponent, but I'm in it.
All right, gonna bring the retirement board meeting order for May 14th. Initially, need approval of minutes from the April 23rd meeting.
So moved.
Second.
Properly moved in second. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried. There were no executive sessions, and Brittany, we're ready for you.
Make a motion for Monica Root, formerly of the Commissioner's Office, to roll over her retirement with a start date of 3/13/2017, last date paid in interest through 4/18/25.
Second.
Properly moved in second. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried.
Next, I make the motion for Barbara Lawrence, formerly of Domestic Relations, to withdraw her retirement with a start date of 6/26/2006, last date paid in interest through 4/15/25.
Second.
Properly moved in second. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried.
Next, I make the motion for Timothy Hollabaugh, formerly of Human Services, to withdraw his retirement with a start date of 3/10/25, last date paid in interest through 4/4/25.
Second.
Probably moved in second. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye. Opposed, motion carried.
Next, I make the motion for Derek Miller, formerly of Juvenile Probation, to begin his retirement with a start date of 11/9/1998, last date paid in interest through 4/30/25.
Probably moved in second. Any discussion? Thank you, Derek, for your service.
Yeah.
All those in favor say aye. Opposed, motion carried.
Next, I make a motion to approve the Gallagher Fiduciary Advisories invoice number 340581 in the amount of $13,500 to include retainer fees for services for the period of April through June 2025 to be paid from the PNC trust account.
Second.
Probably moved in second. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye. Opposed, motion carried. There's no other business for retirement ward. I entertain a motion for adjournment.
So moved.
Second.
We are adjourned. Thank you.
Done.